Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop, and welcome to part 2 of replacing a bridge on an acoustic guitar. So in the first episode you saw me obviously introducing what the project is, a little bit of a backstory on the guitar, basically what a customer had bought it and it's one that I'd previously repaired, but the bridge is cracked again, so I'm going to replace it with a new one. So I checked the string action because the customer also wants that lowered, it's way too high, and took some measurements of the bridge and the saddle. I've still got to do some more measurements once the bridge is removed. So this episode I am going to remove the bridge. So I've got it set up, ready to rock and roll. So I'll turn the guitar around for this part. It's not really necessarily any easier for me, but it's easier for you to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, not too much. Okay, so the gadgets I'm going to need for this part of the operation are my trusty iron, and I've got a couple of I don't know what you call them. They're basically spatulas, you know, that I've sort of converted for removing bridges. And I've also got this, it's actually a template of a different type of bridge, but I can use this, just a piece of card that I can use to, you know, protect the wood of the guitar while I'm removing the bridge. Hopefully it'll all go, I shouldn't say anything. Hopefully it shouldn't go too badly. I mean, it's, you know, it's recently been glued on there, so it shouldn't be too bad, he says, but we will see. So I need to try and just modify this a little bit to fit on this or over this bridge. I'll just cut a couple of pieces out of this card. We'll try to. I mean, well, that's a good start, isn't it? Doesn't matter too much, I can always make other ones if I need to. It's just a piece of card. Just want to, you know, protect the wood of this guitar, or the finish rather, as much as I can. That should be okay. That's close enough. Actually, I'm going to separate it into 2 pieces. That's going to be easier. Yep, okay, so I'm just going to put those bits of card there, plug the iron in. I'm going to need to unplug my light for that, so not ideal, but we should be okay. How's the lighting for you? That's not great. Okay, so we're going to start to heat the bridge. Hopefully, as I said, I won't do any damage to the finish. And I think I'll start with this longer blade. I mean, they're both nice and thin. This one is not quite as wide at the end, so it might be a little bit less traumatic. I'm going to heat that as well. So as I said, this bridge should come off reasonably easily. You know, it's a recent repair, so although the glue is set and it's hard, it's effectively fresh glue, and certainly not the hide glue that most of them still seem to use in the factory. Why on earth they still use that stuff, I don't know. Not all of them do, to be fair, but it does seem to be a majority. Right, I need to just clear a bit of space there. Okay, let's see if I can make a start on it now, possibly. So going in. Yeah, that's going under. I want to do this really carefully. Don't want to mark the finish. I don't really want to break the bridge too much because I want it for measurements. So I'm just going to take my time, not rush it. There definitely is no rush for this. finish. That's not good. Let me try and go from this side. I mean, you know, you've got to be very, very careful not to mark, scratch, scrape, chip the finish, but it is so easy to do, so easy. I'm always a little bit nervous doing these jobs on, you know, finished guitars, but it's rare that you have to do a job like this on an unfinished guitar, so there it is. Well, it's going under there, so it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, you know, apart from marking the finish, there's a couple of other things I don't want to do. I don't want to split the wood of the guitar underneath the bridge, or even the bridge itself. I want it to come off as clean as possible. So it really does make sense to take your time over this and not rush it. You know, it's the problem is I did do a good job and it's stuck quite well, so unfortunately you do have to be a little bit forceful. God, that is stuck well. I did a good job gluing that down. We try and go from this side. This is probably the better side to try. I haven't marked the side of that guitar, have I? No, good. Yeah, I mean, it's trying to transfer the heat into the bridge to soften the glue. It's you know, there's not really an easy way of doing it. You just got to hope that this method works, and it usually does. To be fair, I've not come across any that have, you know, that I've given up on ever. So hopefully we should be successful with this one. As I said, the key is to take your time, not rush these jobs at all. That's going now, good. Again, I won't force it, just do a little bit at a time. That's going nicely now. That shouldn't take too long to come off, actually. That glue is softened up quite well. Let's just turn that around. There we go, that's going now. That won't take long. Let's try that bit there. Nice, it's going rather well. Right, I'm going to try and get the ends. One end at a time, obviously. You can buy proper tools for, you know, heating tools for this kind of job, but to be honest, they don't necessarily do a better job, really. Pretty much the same. There we go, that's going nice. Okay. So far, I don't seem to have done any damage to the finish. It's looking good. Let me try the other end now. Just turn that around. Obviously, as I said, trying to protect the finish as much as possible. There's always going to be a little, you know, you're always going to make some marks. It's kind of unavoidable, really. You almost think, you know, would it be better when they build these guitars just to bolt the bridges on? No. That's it, I'll just leave that there. No. They've got to be glued on. That's quite tight, that end. Very tight, actually. There we go, that's going now. God, dear. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to force it. There we go. It's actually not that far from coming off, really. Not far at all. It's pretty much almost there. This end is pretty tight. There we go. And how are we doing for time? Not too bad. Yeah, that's close now. But, like I said, no rush. And as I said, you know, I want to really limit how much, you know, I split the wood of the guitar underneath the bridge. But, you know, obviously you can't see what's going on. And it will happen, there will be a little bit of breakout, but as long as I can keep it to a minimum, we should be fine. That's so close to popping off now. So close. Ooh. I think probably in the middle a bit more. There we go. I don't really want to go from this side, but I might have to yet. But it is really close. Really close. Ah, feel a little bit of glue there. That's going to be holding it. Okay, I am going to attempt to do a little bit from this side. I don't really like doing that, but that's where it's still stuck, so we'll give it a shot. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Right, let's give that a go. Be very careful this side, very careful. There she goes. Okay, that's really tight there, really tight. A little bit of damage there. It just basically broke right through and went right underneath. It just shows you how close it is there. I mean, that end's done basically. Just try and free up this end. That should pop off. So close. Come on. You can do it. Actually, I think I might be alright. I don't think it was as bad as I thought. Yeah, that's about to go. There you go. She's off. Okay, so bridge is off. You can see, you know, there is a little bit of wood tear out, but that really is pretty good. And there's the guitar. So I have got a little bit of a nick there, but it's not split the wood at all. It's just removed a tiny bit of the finish. Another bit there. That's not even moved, that's just a mark. I think that's going to be fine. So that's the bridge off, thankfully. As I said, it always makes me nervous doing those jobs, but the damage is minimal and I'll be able to fix all that, no problem. That'll be almost as good as new. So that is that stage. I'm not going to. Actually, I will record a little bit more because I need to do a couple more measurements of that bridge as soon as I find it. So there's a couple of measurements I forgot to do when I did my little list of all the measurements, and that was the distance from the edge of the slot to the edge of the bridge on both ends. So I'll just measure those now. I can probably get away with a ruler for those measurements, so let's just have a look. Okay, so from the end of the slot at this end to the edge of the bridge is, oh, excuse me, I'm going to call that, let's see, try and get it really accurate, 9.5, and is that 4? Looks like 4 millimeters this end, 4 to 9.5. Okay, so I'm going to call that slot to edge was 4 to 9.5. So I've got all my measurements now. There we go. So slot to edge 4 to 9.5. Now I'm just going to just put this up against this new bridge that has already arrived, just to kind of try and show you, if I can, the differences. So I'm going to line the two up along that bottom edge so that they're level, and then you'll see, so this is the new bridge, the old one is on the back. So the old one, you can see we've got a couple of millimeters that end and that end over, and yeah, you can even see that the shape is slightly different. So we've got, you know, we've got a little bit extra here and here. However, the width, so again, this is the, hold on, this is the new one, so that's slightly wider across there. Okay, so they are different. Let me just unplug that iron before I set fire to my workshop, and plug the light back in. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell when it's on the guitar, but now that I've got it off and I can compare them back to back, I can see there are some differences. So this bridge is not going to work. So when the other two new bridges arrive, I'll you know, see how they compare. Oh, also another thing, this is the new bridge, this is the old one underneath. You can see quite a lot of difference in thickness as well. Quite a lot, actually. Let me just measure that quickly. So this one, what did I say this was? 5.4. Hey? That can't be right. Oh yeah, because I measured it with a caliper. Anyway, so 5 mil-ish. So the thickness of the old bridge is about 5 mil, and this one is at least 8. So quite a lot of difference. So thankfully I've successfully removed the bridge. There's a little bit of touch-up I've got to do here and there, but nothing major. And as I said, the next stage really will be, you know, comparing the new bridges and see which one will work the best. And as I said, I do have a plan to, you know, kind of do a modification to one of them if necessary, if none of them fit properly, but that will come at a later stage. So, bridge removed. I'm still shaking. Okay, so once the new bridges arrive, which it might still be a few days yet, I don't know, I will then be making part 3, which will be comparing and possibly fitting the new bridge. Okay? So, in the meantime, please look after yourselves, look after each other. We will see you soon. Peace out.